This is an Abiu, or Pouteria caimito, also known as the yellow sapote, and it is the most delicious fruit you've never heard of. It comes from South America. It turns from green to yellow as it ripens, and you better let it ripen all the way. Otherwise, your lips are going to get stuck together. The latex inside of the skin is a natural glue. You can avoid the latex by allowing the fruit to ripen completely. Once it's soft, you're ready to cut into it and eat it fresh. Some people compare it to flan. Personally, I think it's just the closest thing to caramel that a fruit could taste like. The tree can reach up to 30 feet in height and bears a round or oval-shaped fruit that is yellow or orange in color. The flesh of the fruit is sweet and creamy with a texture resembling that of a custard. Additionally, it is high in vitamin C and other essential nutrients. The Abiu tree is relatively easy to cultivate and thrives in warm and humid environments. It requires a lot of water and prefers full sun. It's also tolerant of wind and salt spray. It's typically propagated by seed, but could also be propagated through grafting or cutting. The fruit of the Abiu is typically ready for harvest after around 6 to 8 months from flowering. The fruit is harvested when it is fully ripe and has turned yellow or orange in color. The fruit is typically consumed fresh, but can also be used to make jams, jellies, and desserts. The Abiu tree is not widely cultivated outside of its native range, but has been introduced to other tropical regions, such as here in Hawaii. The tree is often grown as a small backyard tree or in small orchards. In some regions, it is considered a traditional crop with deep cultural significance. The Abiu tree is also known for its medicinal properties. The leaves, bark, and fruit have been traditionally used to treat a variety of ailments. For example, the leaves have been used to treat diabetes, and the bark has been used to treat fevers and other illnesses. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know that we only just had our first fruit from this tree about 7 months ago. You can get up to 2 yields per year on this tree, and you can increase the yield by having more than one tree in your yard. It's coniferous, and you can see the blooms happening directly on the fresh growth. It's related to the mame sapote, the egg fruit, chico sapote, and purple and green star apple. Well, it's been a few days, and we have a fruit that is nice and soft. So let's cut it open and see how she did. Now, many of the members of this family have a similar looking seed. So when we get to the seed, I will show you what that looks like. You can tell when they're ready because they even start kind of turning clear. Oh, multiple seeds in this one.
Oh.
There is usually a single seed. These larger fruits sometimes have 1 or 2. Yeah, we have 3 seeds.
Wow. And I feel like already one seed is very large in proportion to the fruit. And so even though this is a large fruit for an Abiu, to see 3 is surprising.
It's unusual. I've never seen 3. Usually
No.
it's 2 maximum.
Mm-hmm.
In my experience, not saying it's impossible. Obviously, it's not. You'll see that there's a tough skin on the outer side. You don't eat that. That's the rind. You don't eat that. It's just this fleshy jello consistency inside. So, grab a slice. Pick your poison.
All right.
All right. And here we go. How is that better than the last one? That is really good.
It's got more juice. You know, not moisture, but actual juice.
This is very juicy. They're not, well, the ones I've had in the past have not been this juicy.
Mm-hmm.
We've definitely done a good job letting it ripen because I'm not feeling any latex.
Mm-mm. It's got that very nice, kind of like a thick jello consistency. Very good custard flavor.
It is kind of the consistency of bread pudding or flan. And it tastes a lot like caramel to me. I suppose that's subjective.
I'm picking up that honeydew note again.
It does have a honeydew
Yes.
note, a melon note to it. You should be aware The seeds sprout very easily, but they can't dry out. You have to plant them almost immediately. You have to keep them wet. You can put them in a jar of water or wrap them in a wet paper towel, but if you let them dry out, they won't be viable anymore. What would you say that's?
I would say this is an average size Abiu. That is 1.5 inches.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's pretty sizable.
Mm-hmm. And I've seen the seeds much bigger than
Yeah,
that
that's
as
not
well. That's a small seed. I think because it did make 3.
Probably because it was one of triplets. The tree will sprout easily from the seed and can fruit in as little as 3 years. It's a very fast growing fruit, and it's one of the faster fruiting fruit trees in the tropics. Thanks for watching, everybody. Aloha.